Whoa. Hold on. Volume. There we go.
Last year on Valentine's Day, I'd planned this whole surprise for my wife, Sarah. I'd get home early, give her flowers, and we'd have dinner somewhere. But my tire blew out on Highway 47, with nothing but empty cornfields stretching out in every direction. I tried calling her, but my phone kept losing signal. I looked around and saw this weak yellow glow cutting through the darkness. I squinted to realize it was a tiny house standing alone in the middle of a cornfield, maybe a quarter mile off the road, and the yellow glow was actually its porch light. I didn't have much of a choice. It was past 9, freezing cold, and I hadn't seen another car in over an hour. I walked across the field toward the house. The corn was dead, with brittle stalks crunching under my feet. The closer I got, the more I could see that the house was old, with paint peeling and shutters hanging crooked. But there was music coming from inside, an old classic with too much saxophone. I knocked on the door, and a woman answered. She was wearing this beautiful red gown with her hair done up and makeup perfect, like she was going to some fancy party.
Oh.
She looked surprised to see me.
Can I help you?
I'm so sorry to bother you, ma'am. My car broke down on the highway and my phone's not getting service. Would it be possible to use your phone? She smiled.
Of course. Come in, it's freezing out there.
I stepped inside.
I ain't gonna lie, I got so much like trust and energy. Cause first of all, my nigga, I ain't letting no random nigga in my house. And as a person who went in, you gotta think like, why the hell this woman letting me in the house so easily? You feel me? That's what gotta go through your head when you do shit like this. You can just give me the phone out there, out here. You feel me? And I just call somebody. That's how I
and
feel.
Immediately felt like I'd interrupted something important. The house was decorated for Valentine's Day, with candles everywhere, roses and vases, and the romantic music playing from an old record player. A man was sitting in an armchair in the living room. He was wearing a tuxedo, but it looked old and worn. He was staring at me with this expression I couldn't quite read, like he was annoyed that I'd interrupted his night.
Nigga, I would be annoyed too. Nigga, I was just finna get some play. It is nighttime, my nigga. He probably had he probably had a fucking working shit on a Saturday. Come home, finna eat, get some play, and your ass come interrupting somehow your car broke down. I'll be shitty too. I'll be shitty too.
The woman gestured down a hallway, saying the phone was at the end. I kept thanking her while walking behind her. Martha showed me to a room with a landline and told me to take my time. She left. Shortly after, I could hear the couple arguing. You always do this. Harold was getting louder.
Hey,
you
bro.
always ruin our fun.
Hey, bro, hurry up and start dialing, my nigga. You listening and shit. You just keep dialing, you feel me? You trying to be nosy and shit. If that nigga blow a fuse, then what? You feel me? That's your ass.
I'm not ruining anything. He'll be gone in 5 minutes, Harold.
This was supposed to be special. Just us. I called Sarah and got her voicemail. I told her the car broke down on 47 and that I was okay, but really late. I hung up and turned to leave, but froze when I saw the warped shadow that had crept along the wall beside me. I looked over my shoulder to find the adjacent door standing half open, light spilling through the gap, casting a human outline across the plaster. I moved.
But ain't no way you slimed your wife because this shit didn't go your way. There's no way he opened that door and found a body. There's no way.
Closer, heart pounding, and peeked inside. It was a bedroom and a woman.
You did all this for some pussy, my nigga. Like, this cannot be that serious, mom. This cannot be serious like this. All because he wanted to use a cell phone, you gonna do this? I said I would be shitty, but nigga, there was no limit of shittiness that would have brought me to this right here. Fuck no.
Was sprawled on the bed, dressed in a red gown. It was the same one Martha had worn. She was face down, a knife buried between her shoulders. The blood had long since dried, rust brown and stiff against the sheets. My brain couldn't process it. You shouldn't have looked. A voice whispered in my ear.
And now you're a witness to what he just did, nigga. Why did we predict this? We knew this was gonna happen.
Ear. Terrified, I turned to find Harold inches away. You ruined it. His eyes looked dead. I wanted tonight to be special. My heartbeat picked up. Without thinking, I bolted through the hallway, past Martha, who was still smiling in the living room.
Yo, what just happened? The fuck? Nigga, did we just see was that a clone? My fault, Iron Mar. I thought I predict the whole gimmick. My fault. You hit me with a plot twist. I thought that nigga killed his wife because he didn't get no play. There's something else going on. That's my fault. That's me.
Room, out the door, and across the cornfield, while the dead stalks whipped my face. I got to my car, locked the doors, and sat there shaking. I tried calling 911, but had no service. Every other second, I kept glancing towards the house. Suddenly, a woman in red rose from the cornfield 20 feet away, standing and staring at me. I blinked, and she was gone.
So the nigga actual wife died, and he trying to have another person what's the name, dressed up as his wife that died? Is that how this is going?
She appeared again. This time she was closer than before, and she was smiling. I screamed, and she vanished. My eyes started watering as it kept happening. Every few seconds she'd rise up, closer and closer, before disappearing. I sat in that car for 2 hours, until the highway patrol drove past. The officers asked if I was okay, and said I looked like I'd seen a ghost. I told him there was a house in the field, and that a man had killed his wife, that I'd seen her body. He looked at me like I was crazy, but radioed it in. More cops came, and I took them to the house. We walked across the field with flashlights. The house was there, but it was dark now. The officer tried the handle, and it was unlocked. Inside, everything was covered in dust. They found Martha in the bedroom with a knife in her back. Harold was in the bathroom with an empty pill bottle on the floor. An officer asked me when I was there. I don't know, 2 hours ago? They were alive and talked to me. He touched my shoulder. Sir, based on decomposition...
No bullshit, nigga. This why you gotta stay off the weed, my nigga. Cause this should not happen for real. Nigga was off the perk in the house hallucinating, thought he saw Jimmy ghosts and shit. Hell no, nigga. See, this why you gotta stay off that shit.
These folks have been dead for at least 24 hours. I couldn't speak. The officer took my statement and helped me reach home. The autopsy confirmed that the couple had been dead for over a day before I knocked. Harold killed Martha on the day before Valentine's Day, then took pills. They'd planned a romantic evening and he snapped, and somehow they were still trying to have it. I think about it constantly, about how angry Harold looked when I interrupted, and Martha's smile. I still close my eyes and see her rising from that cornfield over and over, staring at me. My wife thinks I had some kind of breakdown from stress, that I imagined it all, but I know what I saw. Some people love each other so much they can't leave, even after death, and some people hate each other so much they're trapped together forever. I think Harold and Martha both.
Boy, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all dead ass almost got me. No bullshit, you dead ass, okay.
My son, Bryce, is 15, and like most teenage boys, he can be difficult sometimes. I love him, but there are days where he tests my patience. Like the day I caught him with his buddies making fun of Oliver Cox in the school parking lot. Oliver was this scrawny kid, with glasses so thick they made his eyes look huge. The other kids called him Creepy Ollie. I'd seen him getting shoved around before, and it made me sick. So when I pulled up and saw Bryce with Jake and Tyler circling Oliver, doing this exaggerated limp walk, I'd had enough. I got out and marched over. My son's face went from smug to horrified in seconds, while his friends scattered. Mom, we were just...
You were bullying your classmate. Apologize. Now.
Bryce mumbled something that might have been sorry. I turned to Oliver, put a hand on his shoulder, and flashed him an apologetic smile. Oliver's face flushed with gratitude. Thank you for standing up for me. He kept flashing me this shy, grateful smile as I took Bryce to the car. Throughout the ride, Bryce wouldn't look at me. He kept telling me that I made a mistake by taking Oliver's, but I really didn't get why. It took Bryce a few hours to come to terms with everything, but he eventually promised he would never bully another kid again. 3 weeks later, on the night of Valentine's Day, I was home alone. My husband was working overnight, and Bryce was at a sleepover. I was watching TV when around 9:30 the doorbell rang. I got up but couldn't see anyone through the peephole. I figured it was probably teenagers acting up again and went back to the TV. 5 minutes later, the doorbell rang again. It kept happening, over and over. By the 5th time, I was so annoyed I threw the door open and yelled that I'm calling the cops. Just then, something moved in the bushes. I shone my phone's flashlight toward the noise, and a head popped up. It was Oliver. Hi, Miss Thompson. I'm sorry about the doorbell. I was nervous. He was shivering in just a hoodie.
Nervous about what? Does your mom know you're here?
He shook his head. His teeth were chattering. I welcomed him inside and gave him a cup.
Nigga, what the fuck? Nigga, take your little ass back home. Why are we just letting random kids inside of our home? What the hell? Nigga, hell no. I don't give a damn if your mom know you here or not. You finna take your ass back home. I would not letting your ass in. And the little bastard just snuck all the way to his house to your house, and you don't find that shit creepy? I'll be geeked out. Hell no. And if you did invite him, you should have made him call his mom immediately. What the fuck?
Of tea.
Oliver, it's almost...
Maybe I'm thinking too deeply about this. That probably what it was.
10. What's going on?
I had to see you.
Why? Did something happen?
He set down the cup and stood up, then dropped to one knee. I laughed, thinking he was joking.
This nigga just bought a ring to propose.
But he wasn't. He pulled out a small velvet box. Mrs. Thompson? Florence? Will you be my Valentine? The smile vanished from my face.
Oliver, I think you're confused.
Not gonna lie, coming home to this as a kid, you thought you got bullied before? Wait till tomorrow. Wait till the next day I see you, my nigga. You thought you got bullied before, nigga, it stumped the yard with your torso. Fuck, nigga, you just came and proposed to my mom, nigga. That boy, hell, nigga. I feel like there's level to that shit, nigga. There's level to that. Hey, he's a G for doing that shit, but you had to get bullied the next day. Nope, no bullshit.
I'm a 42-year-old married woman and your classmate's mother. I'm sure there's a nice girl at school who...
Please, just open it.
If I'm a dad too, I am encouraging my son to bully this nigga. Let me chill.
He interrupted. His voice was shaking, and his eyes. Gosh, I can never forget the look in his wide, desperate eyes. I want you to see how much I love you. The word made my stomach turn. My hands trembled as I took the box and opened it. Instead of a ring, I found a human molar, roots still attached, edges crusted with dried blood. I shrieked and dropped the box. It hit the kitchen tile with a sharp crack.
Oliver, what the hell?
His smile widened, revealing the gap in his back teeth where the molar should have been. His gums were still oozing blood. I pulled it out myself, he said, as if proud.
Oliver, you need help. This isn't...
It is love. He shouted.
You were nice to me. You stood up for me. That means you care. You have to be my Valentine, Florence. You must.
He grabbed a plate and hurled it at the wall. It shattered.
Oliver, stop!
I love you.
Tears and snot ran down his face. He swept everything off the counter. The coffee maker, utensils, and knife all crashed to the floor. He started tearing off the walls.
Why won't you love me back? What's wrong with me?
He started hitting his head against the wall. Blood started oozing out and dripped on the floor.
I'm so stupid. Nobody wants me.
I dialed 911 with shaking hands.
Little nigga, are you breaking my... What the fuck? Hell no. You just break my plates in front of me? Fuck what you talking about? That boy, the nigga is breaking. He wasting your money. That's basically what he's doing. We can't let money go to waste. And that's what he's doing.
And told them there was a 15-year-old having a breakdown in my kitchen, destroying things and hurting himself. Oliver collapsed, sobbing and pounding the tiles with bloody hands. The cops arrived quickly. 2 officers came in and slowly approached him while he rocked back and forth on the floor. Oliver looked up at me. His face was a mess of tears, snot, and blood. They got him up and walked him outside, where his parents had just pulled up. His mom was sobbing, and his dad looked like he'd aged 10 years. They kept apologizing to me, while Oliver stared at me from the back of the police car with that same unsettling smile. The next morning, the principal called and told me Oliver had been admitted for psychiatric evaluation. This wasn't the first incident. Last year, Miss Rodriguez broke up a fight where he was being bullied. A week later, he showed up at her house at midnight with roses and a 10-page love letter. When she rejected him, he had a breakdown in her yard. Anyone who showed him kindness became an obsession. His therapist said it was severe emotional neglect at home, that any positive attention triggered this reaction. I hung up and just sat there in my destroyed kitchen, staring at that tooth sitting in the velvet box on the floor. A 15-year-old ripped it to prove he loved me. I did the right thing that day in the parking lot. I know I did. But sometimes doing the right thing comes back to haunt you in ways you never imagined. I think about Oliver sometimes and wonder if he's getting better. Wonder if he still thinks about me.
Nigga, what? What? Hell no.
And I hate that I'm scared of the answer.
Nigga showing his teeth, that shit nasty, folks.
I was 23 and hated going home, which already sucked for about a dozen
Why are you staring so intensely at the camera? Nigga, imagine doing this IRL, you on a bus stop and you just staring in space at one direction. You know how weird that looked, man?
reasons. But the absolute worst was my new stepsister, Megan. Mom had married her dad a year ago, and that Valentine's Day they were throwing this massive party to celebrate their first anniversary that I couldn't bail out of. On the surface, Megan seemed normal, with her pretty blonde hair and harmless smiles, but something about her unnerved me right from the start. During family meals, she insisted on sitting next to me and would randomly touch my arm or shoulder. In the hallway, she brushed past me even when there was clearly enough room for both of us. Sometimes I caught her staring at me too. I mentioned it to Mom a couple of times, but she just laughed. But a year had passed, and instead of getting better, it got worse.
I'm over here telling you my sister harassing me and shit. You feel me? You think that shit funny? You think that shit funny? You feel me? What the fuck?
The party started around 8. Mom went absolutely overboard with everything red and pink. Heart-shaped balloons covered the ceiling, candles were on every surface, and romantic music played from speakers in every room. The whole setup felt suffocating. I showed up because I had to, but my plan was simple. I'd stay for an hour, make some excuse about meeting friends, and get out. But then, this dark-haired girl, Daisy, walked in. She was visiting from college for the weekend, and was apparently one of Megan's old friends. We started chatting by the drinks table and just clicked immediately. before I knew it.
Nah, she finna murk Daisy. Daisy finna get murked though. That's crazy.
But 2 hours had passed, and I'd completely forgotten about my escape plan and Megan. Around 11, Daisy's phone rang. She excused herself to take the call. I
Just
grabbed
set up
another
Daisy.
beer and was scrolling through my phone when I felt that familiar crawling sensation. I looked up to find Megan standing right in front of me. I hadn't heard her approach. My palms started sweating.
Well, Megan, get your weird ass home, bro. We cool off. You both no, get your weird ass home. I'm here for like we got Daisy now. Why did I say now for like what the fuck?
Her smile looked off, stretched too tight across her face.
Can we talk?
No,
She
bro.
purred with a fake grin.
Please, Ryan. It's important.
Something in her tone made my stomach drop. About what? She grabbed my wrist and pulled me toward the hallway.
Don't touch me, bro. Fuck no, nigga. Hell no. Where her shoes go? What the fuck?
Away from the crowd. Her grip was surprisingly strong. When we were alone, she stopped and turned to face me. Her hands were trembling and she wouldn't look away.
I need to tell you something. I've been trying to say it for so long, but I couldn't find the right moment.
Megan, what's going on?
I'm in love with you, Ryan.
Oh my goodness, bro.
I've been in love with you since the day our parents introduced us. I know you feel it too. I see the way you look at me.
My blood went cold. Megan, what the hell? You're my sister.
I'm not. We're not related by blood. I'd ask Dad to divorce your mom.
She sobbed, stepping close.